Hey again, everybody. Scott, Comic Book Hangover. Are we all social distancing out there? 'Cause if we are, then I don't actually have to wear this. But hey, that's a pretty cool looking mask, isn't it? I'll be posting a link of where you can get something like this in the description down below. I've also got another one like this that says Spaceballs, the face mask. It's kind of cool. So I have a weekly haul, some good stuff for this week. I did pick up a few books last week, but there really wasn't anything worth doing an entire video for. So, I mean, I'm talking about stuff like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 50 came out last week. I picked up I think it was cover C. It was the front and back foil gimmicky cover. This last week I went back and I picked up covers A and B. It's the connecting covers. So this is actually what the foil variant cover was. Now you can kind of see the whole thing. So I grabbed those, and also never being one to just buy one or two books from a local comic shop. I kind of jumped into their back issue boxes, picked up Avengers number 264 for no other reason than I like the cover, and Marvel Age number 63 again for no other reason than because I liked the cover. And Classic X-Men, you really cannot go wrong with Classic X-Men. Also got this thing. It's a Marvel Universe. It was a freebie. I went ahead and bagged and boarded it anyway. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of interesting. It's just a magazine that covers everything you need to know about the upcoming epic, massive, money grab crossover Empire. So if you see this at your LCS and you want to know what the heck is going on, this is the magazine to get. It is free, so definitely check it out. This week, Marvel put this out previously in Marvel Comics, and I don't know, just out of habit, I bagged and boarded it. This is cool because, you know, as I'm sure everybody is aware by now, we went a couple of months without any new comic books. Marvel decided to, and this is actually a really good idea. Previously, Marvel Comics talks about all the books they had and gives you what happened up until the point that books are now coming out again. So it's a good way to get a bit of a refresher on the books you read. It's also a good way to check out the other books that Marvel is releasing now, and maybe get interested in something else and pick up something else. So if you do see this at your LCS, grab it. I mean, it's a good sort of primer for what Marvel has coming out. So speaking of Marvel, we're going to jump over to DC for what I grabbed this week, because I got so many DC books, and they're all Batman related in one way or another. Starting with one I was waiting for, and so excited to finally have this, Deceased Dead Planet number 1. I'm sticking with these Mateo covers. I got from the first miniseries, and then that Unkillables 3-issue miniseries, and now this. I'm sticking with his covers because they are gorgeous. This one's a little bit different. Before, he was just doing sort of headshots of deceased characters. Now he's getting a little bit more involved with this one, which is kind of cool. Sort of separates this from the previous one. So this takes place 5 years after the events of the first Deceased miniseries. You've got the heroes are on the remaining heroes, human civilization is on Earth 2 now, and they when you see them, you've got a new Superman, which of course is John. You've got Damian is now Batman. These characters that they have aged them that specific 5 years. They're the new Justice League, and they're defending Earth 2 against new threats, and trying to just basically get a new foothold on being able to survive. On Earth 1, you find out that Cyborg is still basically alive. All he is now is just a head. The reasons for that are explained in here. He sends out the distress signal. The new Justice League shows up because that's what they do. On the way, you find out what the Green Lantern Corps' new job is, and the interactions between some of the heroes and some of the deceased heroes and villains and monsters is kind of gruesome. You do get a bit of a bombshell dropped by Cyborg's head. Kind of a game changer. I'm super excited, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen with this series. Hopefully they don't. I'm a huge fan of the Marvel Zombies, but even I have to admit that Marvel did sort of, pound that into the ground and sort of flogged it to death. And then they started doing the alternate timelines and kind of screwed everything up. I kind of wish they would get back to basics on that. So Deceased is a way to start from scratch. It is alternate reality, so you can have whatever kind of fun you want with it. Moving on and continuing with DC and continuing with Batman, Detective Comics number 1023, leading into the Joker War. Awesome cover. It's the main reason why I picked it up. It has an awesome cover. Inside, it's... Hey, you know, if you're reading this, you know, if you're not reading this, you might want to jump on it now because this is getting really good. Batman 94, I grabbed the regular cover as well as the awesome Joker Punchline variant cover. Now, I'm getting to really like Punchline. I like her more than the other chick, Harley Quinn. Harley was just beat to death. She's everywhere. She's overexposed. Not that way, because I'm sure if she was overexposed that way, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Needless to say, there's too much of her, so it's nice to have somebody new, somebody, you know, starting over from scratch. And this chick is crazy. She is nuts. So we're leading. We're jumping into the Joker War. I think this is the ending of the build up to it. Joker has totally destroyed Bruce Wayne. He's beaten him physically, he's beaten him financially, he's beaten him spiritually, he's beaten him every way possible. And now he's getting ready to launch his war on Batman and on Gotham. So it's going to be an amazing story, I'm sure. It's awesome. This is a great series. James Tynion IV is doing an amazing job on Batman. So 6 more issues to go into issue 100. I know the original plan was at issue 100 they're going to end it so they could relaunch it with another #1 issue. I'm hoping they don't do that because I really want to continue with Batman, but if they do that, I'm dropping it. I have no interest in a Batman #1. Continuing with Batman, DC Classics #2. This is a reprint of Batman Adventures #2. DC Classics is, I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit different than their dollar comics. Their dollar comics are just reprinting just various books throughout the DC history. DC Classics, $1.99. Look at that, $1.99. When was the last time you saw something like that on the cover of a DC or Marvel comic? But they are cheap reprints of all ages titles, and I'm assuming that this is what the DC Classics is going to be, just all ages titles, which is awesome, which is really, really cool. To segue from that to my last DC Bat book, Batman: The Adventures Continue, which picks up towards it picks up where Batman Adventures left off, essentially, in the Batman the Animated Series left off. The cool part of this one is you get a lot of throwbacks to episodes of Batman the Animated Series, specifically one centering on Clayface, which is really well done. This one introduces Deathstroke into the DC Batman the Animated Adventures animated series universe. Really good one. If you're a fan of Batman the Animated Series, this is definitely the book to pick up. Moving on, another James Tynion series, Something is Killing the Children, #8. I don't know what more I can say about this book that I haven't said already. This book is amazing. The writing is great. The pacing is awesome. The art is just wonderfully atmospheric. It's what this is the perfect package for this kind of a comic book. It's a slow burn horror, character driven series, and it is just so well done. This is definitely a top of the stack book for me right now. This is a book that I look forward to it every month. When I get it, it's one of the first ones that I read because it's so well done. I mean, I don't know what more I can say about it other than if you're not reading it, you need to read it. It's a lot of fun. Moving on to the Mighty Marvel additions to my collection this week. Ghost Rider number 7. I also grabbed the Marvel Zombies variant for it. This kind of felt like a filler issue. There really wasn't much moving forward of the story. This is the first Ghost Rider issue that we've gotten in 3 months, and it was just kind of there. It really needs to pick up the pace. It needs to pick up the pace. It needs to figure out where it's going, and it needs to get us where we're going quickly. Because, be honest with you, as much as I love Ghost Rider, and I'm so happy to have Ghost Rider and a comic book again after who knows how many years. And no, I'm not counting Robbie Reyes. That's Ghost Driver to me. Nowhere near as good, and not really a Ghost Rider character. He's not an interesting character to me in the least, but they need to do something with this series because I'm starting to lose interest in it, and I'm very upset about that because this is a book. This is a book that sorry, I'm trying to stifle some yawns here. We've been really busy all day. This is a book I've been looking forward to. This is a book I'm excited about. Character that I really love. This is the character that got me into collecting comic books to begin with back in 1990, back in the ancient era of 1990. So for it to not have seemingly not have direction, it's kind of disappointing. But we're still getting some good covers. We're supposed to have an annual for this coming out soon. I'm not sure what's going on with the annual. I've not seen it listed anywhere, so I'm a little sad and a little kind of concerned about that. I hope the annual comes out because it does reintroduce the character of Vengeance, who's one of my favorite characters from back in that era. And before we go, I do want to share some stuff that I got last week from CodyCon. CodyCon was back in force, and I had to watch it at work, which means that I didn't get to really participate too much in it. But I did happen to turn on at just the right time and managed to snag. This is something I've never seen before. The Little Stooges from Gold Key Comics. This is issue 3. It's probably not going to be anywhere near as fun as the Three Stooges were. This is sort of a cash grab. You de-age the characters for a new generation. You dress them in bell bottoms, which is a big thing back in the time when this book was coming out. But it was something that I hadn't seen before. Three Stooges. I love the Three Stooges, so I grabbed those. I also picked up when he said this word, the title of this magazine, Famous Monsters of Filmland. I was so glad we didn't have any customers in the store because I was able to check out what he had, and as soon as he laid them down, I was like, I want those. Those are mine. Those are coming home with me. Famous Monsters of Filmland, and these are in beautiful condition. Considering when these came out, these are absolutely gorgeous. But I have now in my collection Famous Monsters of Filmland issue 100 with an awesome Frankenstein's monster cover. Issue 102, another awesome cover there. Love it. 103 with a creature cover. That is look at that. That is gorgeous. And these are all done by the same guy, who unfortunately isn't with us anymore, so I'm not able to get any of these signed. We've got issue 105, a beautiful cover. I love this cover. And issue 106. So again, CodyCon, thank you very much. I'm just glad that he put these out there right when I was able to look at the video, because I had to sort of playing in low volume in the background because I'm at work, so I have to make sure my customers are getting taken care of first. So as soon as they're out, I turn it up and just got to do what I got to do. So Cody, thank you very much. These things are, as you said, they're absolutely gorgeous, and they are a welcomed addition to my collection. I have a few other issues of Famous Monsters of Filmland, one of them with Barnabas Collins from the original Dark Shadow series that I got for my birthday a couple years back. So it's nice to have these Famous Monsters of Filmland, Gore Zone, Fangoria magazine. I love having these magazines in my collection. So that's all I got for you guys this week. So thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the video. Hey, let's start a conversation down below in the comment section. What did you pick up this week? What are you guys thinking about this lead into and this build up to Joker War? I'm excited about it. I'm real excited about it. I know Punchline kind of lost a little bit of her, no pun intended, but lost a little bit of her punch from her debut because of the shutdown. But I'm still digging the character. I'm still loving it. So hey, let's start a conversation. So again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below. I'll be putting a link to Cody Lockwood's Facebook page every Friday, which is going to be tomorrow at the time that I'm making this video. It's this Thursday, so tomorrow, Friday, from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, he gets on there and he has these great books. You've seen them before. I've got videos on my channel here of other books that I picked up from him. They're all they're in great condition. The ones that aren't, he's straightforward with you, like the Stooges one. He'd say he's like, it's not in the best condition. He's straightforward with it, but hey, it was like a $10 book. I didn't care. So I'll put a link down there below. If you're interested in something like this, nice little novelty mask, I'll put a link to TeePublic, which is where I got this mask, and my other mask that says Spaceballs, the face mask. I was going to show that, but I can't find it. So that's it. That's all I got. So links down below. like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll see you next week with some more comic books. Have a good one.